So everyone, the trailer for Marvel Studios' Hawkeye has finally arrived. So we've had WandaVision, we've had Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and we've had Loki. Just to throw this out there, you know, I still feel like WandaVision is my favorite. I know not everyone shares that opinion, especially, I guess, as it got to the back end. But personally, you know, I've been really enjoying the ride. Falcon and the Winter Soldier did something great in many areas for me. Not like in every facet, but for example, I loved US Agent. I feel like they brought that to fruition very well. Loki was, you know, a lot more wonder and how that propelled it forward, you know, the next phase even more with the sacred timeline diverging into a billion gazillion freaking webbed timelines. So you get where I'm going with this. Now we have Hawkeye. So my expectations aren't up here. Hawkeye isn't really, I can't speak for everyone here, but I feel like a lot of people don't love Hawkeye as much as I think they could. So that's why this series, you know, I wanted to bring that up because this series could make a lot more people fall in love with that character. Granted, he's had some great moments in the MCU, but not as many as I think some fans would have liked to have seen with Hawkeye. So now we're finally getting a series. I want to give my reaction, my immediate thoughts afterwards. Not a proper breakdown, but my post thoughts. So yeah, let's check this out. I encourage you guys to let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And let's just get right into it.
This is the first Christmas we've had together in years.
I love you guys. I'm making up for some lost time.
Authorities are wondering if the masked vigilante who terrorized the city's underworld is back.
Okay.
The past has caught up with me.
Should we be worried?
No, it's nothing. I'll be home for Christmas. I promise.
I feel like he always does such a good job at conveying that emotion, you know? I don't know. Oh, wow, okay.
You're Hawkeye.
Wow.
How are you?
Some people have actually called me the world's greatest archer.
Are you one of those people? Hey, babe, I should be back in a day or two. Hang on a second. Things have gotten more complicated.
Jesus, man. Be more careful. You're not a superhuman. Oh.
This is too dangerous. Definitely not this one.
You don't have to say definitely like that. Holy shit.
Ha.
Arrows more dangerous than that one?
Oh, wow, okay. I wish we saw more of that last shot. Wow.
Is this some Christmas?
Okay, so my first thoughts is that wasn't necessarily what I expected, but the vibes of the trailer, so I feel like that wanted to set a precedent with what the series is going to be about, and one thing I really liked about that is it felt a bit more of a personal story, and how can I say that? Of course, WandaVision was very personal. Loki had that, but this, I just feel like when we dive into Hawkeye and the fact that he's kind of inadvertently going into this road where he has a protege, so to speak, it's not exactly something that he properly planned on. And the fact that, you know, it's coming as holiday, it's kind of blended with that Christmas vibe. It does seem good, but I do feel like fans, a lot of fans of the MCU, will be expecting the second trailer to be a bit more one of those action-oriented, you know, the music not necessarily being dubstep or anything, but you know where I'm going with this. That I think people will want that kind of action vibe to it, and this definitely had action in it, but I think what they wanted to do, and I do support the narrative of and the theme of this trailer and how it is delving a bit more into the personable side of it. I don't know if that's the right word, but it just feels like a little bit more, they wanted to add a bit more touch of seriousness to it, and then like maybe the next trailer will be spread out with a bit more fun to kind of get you sucked in a bit more. I like how his past is coming back to haunt him with the Ronin stuff, and he has to kind of reconcile with that, even though he's at a different point in his life now, and he's trying to obviously pour himself a bit more into his family. He's kind of still yoinked out of that a little bit, while still trying to reassure them, I'll be home in time for dinner or whatever Christmas. But yeah, I like that we're going to get a bit more in. I think one thing we've always needed about Hawkeye, even though we've got little drabs here and there, is we need to like be injected with a lot more of his personal story. It's only ever been slightly teased. Even when we saw Ronin in action and Black Widow approached him, it was only like a little montage. So I'm glad we're going to get more into that, and hopefully maybe with that we could see scenes, for example, in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, you know, when we had that scene where Bucky was on a mission as the Winter Soldier and he killed Thingy's kid. Sorry, I can't freaking remember the name. But yeah, it would be awesome if we could see some of the really dark deeds. It's not necessarily dark, well, it can be, but how ruthless he was as Ronin, that would be super cool to kind of contrast how much effort he's trying to put in to come out of that and be more of the family man, but then step into also the unwilling mentor, but probably going into that and then finding that he likes it with Kate Bishop and teaching her some of the ways. And one thing that makes me really happy about this, and lots of fans have been behind it anyway through how the fans have kind of received Hailee Steinfeld's Kate Bishop, I think she looks awesome. She looks really badass here, and the dynamic between them two looks like a lot of fun. Like, I didn't feel like it was just, the chemistry is there, and that's the most important thing. And to be honest, for where Hawkeye is at in his life, and just seeing him with Kate Bishop throughout this trailer, it does feel like the right time. It feels like the right time for him, and excuse my DC reference, but to have his Green Arrow moment and Speedy, like Arsenal. Do you know what I'm trying to say there? So Hawkeye needs his Kate Bishop now, and at this point in his life, and the way it's all coming across in this trailer, it looks like a bunch of fun. It looks like there is action, even though I think the next trailer should concentrate a lot more on that. Not that I felt like this trailer should have, because I like how much of the narrative they wanted to give across to you with this. I do feel like some people will say maybe this is, I'm just, you know, predicting this. Some people will be like, oh, that was underwhelming, or, you know, it's okay. And then that's fine to think that, fair enough. But for me, maybe that's a result of expectations, and what I get out of is, okay, so this is what you're giving me in the story. You've sprinkled a bit of action in there, but it was mainly trying to kind of advertise what is going on in the series, what it means for the characters, what we'll be dealing with, and, you know, also teasing the little bits that I'm sure they're going to capitalize upon in future trailers. I think the standout for me, and what a lot of people will be, other than like Hawkeye himself, it is Kate Bishop. I just really feel the energy flowing through that trailer there. So overall, I'm looking forward to this. I'm not as excited for it as I was, I would say, some other Marvel shows, but that's usually the best thing for me when I go in, because I kind of get, with literally almost no expectations, I'm always kind of pleasantly surprised with what they might give us. So I hope that does happen, and ultimately, I don't really have too much more to say, other than I would love to know what you guys thought of this. What was your standout moment? Do you think Kate Bishop looked awesome, and how did you feel about the dynamic on screen? Now we actually get to see, instead of the behind-the-scenes photos and whatnot, we now actually get to see what that's like in motion. So other than that, ladies and gentlemen, like this video if you did enjoy it. Let me know if you want to see more updates on this. I will be reviewing the show like I did Falcon and Winter Soldier, Loki, and WandaVision, of course, so keep an eye out for that when the show drops. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you, people of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, in the next video. Goodbye.